Everyone has a story. Stories have power. They help us understand each other. This is Jessop's Journal. Hey, Chase, great to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Let's go chat.
All right.
Chase, it's time to sign into Jessop's Journal.
I'm very excited.
I'm Doug Jessop. In this episode of Jessop's Journal, I have Chase Hansen with me. Chase, thanks for coming on. We're doing the social distancing. We've got the masks on, but now it's time to hand sanitize. Okay, we got the Jessop's Journal hand sanitizer, not kidding, from the folks at Five Wives. And then I love these guys. I don't know about you, if you get mask breath or you have that dry mouth, the folks at Spry. A little moisturizing. Okay, so we've got everything ready to rock and roll. So Chase, you and I have known each other for a fair amount of your life, which is kind of strange. There's part of a reason why I've got you on. I recently interviewed a woman by the name of Romain Wahlin Zito, 103 years old.
I remember, I watched the video, it was amazing.
Awesome. She was a cool lady. And so she was the oldest person that I've ever interviewed. You, my friend, I'm pretty sure, are the youngest one. Okay, you and I chatted. How old were you when I first interviewed you?
I think I was about 8, yeah.
Okay, and now you are?
I'm 11 now.
Man, you were just like a rock star at 11. Well, do you remember why I interviewed you the first time?
I just got an award from the Lieutenant Governor because I was doing my 5 years of community service. I was trying to help my community in the only way I knew how, being a friend.
And you're a pretty good friend.
Thank you.
Now, there's a special group of people that you like to befriend, and tell me who they are and why you do it.
For the past couple of years, me and my dad have been working with people who are lonely, people who are suffering. We've been mainly focusing on the homeless populations because it's people we see everywhere. Mm-hmm. For the past, we've just been picking people up, lifting them, putting them on their feet, and just talking to them and becoming their friend through a meal for 30 minutes to an hour. And becoming their friend was honestly the most meaningful experience I ever had. That was the first time I encountered a homeless person, face to face, human interaction.
So, if I remember right, you said, okay, I want to see these kids. You asked your dad, what the heck can we do? And we'll give a shameless plug for these guys. What did you serve that first time? Do you remember?
I do not remember what I served, but my dad says I serve human connection. I serve being a friend. I serve empathy.
Okay,
so
well, it was Jamba Juice, by the way.
It was Jamba Juice, Jimmy John's, and Subway.
Oh, there you go. Okay, well,
one of the three.
If you guys are out there, you need to sponsor this kid. Okay, just saying. There's a reason why we talk a little bit about sponsorship, because you are looking for sponsors. What are you looking for sponsors for?
Right now, we have recently got hit by a drunk driver, and my dad's car was totaled.
Oh, really? I didn't know. Oh, dear.
It was a while back. We haven't shared with anybody, but it was on the way back from helping a person who was homeless. Mm-hmm. We've been trying to fight that for a bit, but right now we're looking for sponsors to help people we see every day. I know we don't have unlimited cash flow, so we're just trying to use our money in the best way possible. We're trying to make relevant connections to people we see every day. We need to be their friend, or else nothing's gonna change.
Number one, is everybody okay in the crash?
It was a hit and run. The guy's fine. Me and my dad are fine. I wasn't in there, but we're all fine.
Okay, good. You've got to make sure of that. The first time we chatted, we talked about superheroes.
We did.
Okay, and you told me your favorite superhero. Do you remember?
The Flash.
The Flash. And it was kind of fun because, we got to use some of that video and everything, and you had the cool costumes.
My favorite TV series. So.
Yeah, and so that works. Since that interview, you've had a couple more interviews.
I have.
So tell me about some of your interviews.
Well, some of my more recent ones, I just gave a TED Talk. I don't know if that counts as an interview.
That's pretty dang cool.
It is, and one of my most recent ones before COVID hit was at Good Morning America, and then you guys interviewed me just after the TED Talk. So I've had a lot of interviews before that, and a lot more after your first interview with
Yeah.
me. So
how is COVID impacting the homeless population, you think?
I remember reading stories with my dad on the news websites and news stuff. I remember reading that shelters have closed down because more than 10 people have got coronavirus. People became homeless because of coronavirus because they couldn't afford anything. Luckily, the government has helped with taxes and all that stuff. A lot of people became homeless, and you can see them driving down I-15. Please help, donate some money. Became homeless because of coronavirus. Got 2 kids and have diabetes, something like that. You'll see it a lot now. Just as we're exiting COVID, there's going to be a lot more people with the sign saying, "Help, please! I need help." And me and my dad really tried to find out who's behind the sign and who they really are.
Really? So when you chat with somebody, okay, and you take them out to lunch, I believe, what's some of the questions that you ask them?
What my dad likes to call innocent questions. Questions that are like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite superhero? What do you like to do for fun? Questions like that. What's your favorite type of pet? All those questions gather up to one simple sentence my dad says, innocent questions.
Innocent questions. Okay, so, Mr. Chase Hansen, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color right now is probably silver.
Silver, okay. Favorite pet?
My dog, Finn.
Finn, okay. What kind of dog is Finn?
He's a Maltese mix. We adopted him. We don't know his exact breed, but he's the cutest dog in the world.
There you go, okay. And he was homeless, apparently.
He was
So,
in the streets of Mexico. So.
Yeah, there you go. Even your dog was homeless. You helped out. Good job. What's your favorite kind of food?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would probably say crab.
Crab. Sweet virtual fist bump, dude. Boom. Okay. Then I do have to ask, and usually you wouldn't ask an 11-year-old kid, but do you like sushi?
I do like sushi.
There you go. Okay. Sounds like we're going to have to go grab some lunch sometime.
Exactly.
What's the question that the homeless people ask you?
Kid, why are you doing this? Why are you helping us? A lot of them are kind of confused when I come up to them and say, hey, do you want to go grab some lunch? I just want to find out a couple questions about you, be a friend for a bit. They're like, wait, isn't he supposed to be playing Fortnite right now? They're kind of confused because they're like, why is this kid helping me? I'm just a homeless person. Just begging for a couple bucks so I can get on UTA and drive down and get off at a stop down the road.
There's been a couple guys that you've helped. There was one gentleman that had got estranged from his sons, I think it was.
Mike.
Have you talked to Mike lately?
Yes, we have. I actually just visited them a little bit ago. My Tanner and Bodie, they love the cops, they love the Army, they love Pennywise, and they love anything cop related.
Yeah.
When we're driving down the road, they'll be like, highway patrol, highway patrol. Really awesome guys, and Mike found himself a girlfriend and actually moved in to his own place in Sugar House, which is awesome. Like, props to Mike.
Good job.
So yeah, it's really awesome. He is doing good right now. He is tinkering as usual. He's biking a lot, and he's just having some fun.
Really inspiring young man to introduce you to. He's just 10 years old. He's making a difference in the lives of homeless people, one meal at a time.
Okay, so how in the world did you get into Good Morning America?
It was crazy. Apparently, when we were talking to one of the editors, he knew some of the people that we've been talking to and been sending emails to. So they were playing forward tag, and it got to this co-editor, and he said, this might actually be a story. So he told Robin about it, and she was like, go ahead. So a couple days later, I was astonished. I was on Good Morning America, and a couple weeks later, I was flying out to New York.
Good job. What was the thing that surprised you the most about being on Good Morning America?
Oh wow, I've never been to New York, it was amazing. I loved Central Park. I loved all of it. I played a Spider-Man game that's full of, it's like New York everywhere, so I'm like, I know this place.
Yeah.
The thing that surprised me most was I actually got on. Somebody heard my story and told people about it. I somehow got on to Good Morning America.
Yeah, very, very cool. Well, I remember there was one thing that one of the hosts there said is that, you ought to run for president, huh?
I think I speak for everyone. When you grow up, could you please run for president?
Yeah.
A lot of people have been saying that to me lately, but I've been thinking. I wanted to run for president of the world when I was a little kid, but now I want to run for global impact officer, trying to impact the world in my own way. So.
Okay, now talking about global, there was a recent little project you did with the United Nations?
It was. These guys reached out from the UN and they said, hey, we've been hearing a lot about your story. We've been hearing a lot about what you've been working on and what you've done. I want to talk to you, kid. What are some of your objectives? What are some of your goals? So we just had this 30-minute Zoom conference and we just talked to these people.
Very cool. For the people that don't understand what a TED Talk is, how would you explain what a TED Talk is to somebody?
I did a TEDx talk, which is a bunch of people who are very smart, smarter than I'll ever be, or influential people around the zip code or around the area or around the state. And they interview you and they decide on your story, the committee does, and then when they narrow it down to about 15 people, they have you present to yourself. You tell them what you've been doing, who you are, and what you plan on the future.
So did you have to do like an audition tape, or how'd that work?
I just hopped on a Zoom call.
Really? Well, there you go. Easy.
Zoom,
you apparently are like the Zoom expert now.
I guess. My dad is like a Zoom wizard. Like, ever needs Zoom advice, go to him. He's crazy.
There you go. So what did you talk about, and maybe this is kind of the question of the day, but what did you talk about in your TED Talk?
Well, I talked about Project Empathy and what I've been doing. My start.
Surprise, right?
Yeah, my start and what I'm doing in the future.
Okay, so what do you want to do in the future?
Right now we are opening back up. We're trying to figure out ways we can be safe, but also have fun with kids. Right now, some of our objectives is just having fun.
It's been a while since I was 11 years old. So tell me.
What do you mean, you're 21?
Yeah, no, there you go. Okay, yeah. What does Chase Hansen do for fun?
Next year, I am trying to make a football team. I do junior jazz, just a little area basketball tournament thing. And that's about it. I play some video games, I hang out with my dog mainly, and I just hang out with kids in my neighborhood.
So Chase, a little birdie tells me that you might kind of one day want to be a reporter.
Yes, that is correct. I started interviewing people, just trying to ask a couple questions because I was trying to find out some stuff. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was trying to find out something for a project or just try to find out where my phone went. So I started asking a bunch of people and I'm like, wait, this is kind of fun. I like asking people questions. So then I dove in a little bit deeper and I'm like, wait, this is super fun.
When I was 12 years old, I got a cassette recorder for Christmas.
Yes, I listened to this.
And I would chat with all kinds of people, and that's how I started. So, Chase, I'm going to be a little vulnerable here. I'm going to give you 3 questions.
But just, hold on.
Go ahead. You get to be the reporter for 3 questions.
Not to be stalker creepy, but I think I watched the right videos. And you said in one of the videos, I forgot which one, but you interviewed your grandpa too. So my first question, how would you make a meaningful impact as a reporter doing what you do?
Okay. Well, see, here's the difference with what I do, because I've been doing it for a long time. I get to pick and choose all my own stories. And so for me, it's stories that have power, because that's the slogan of my series. Stories have power, but they help us understand each other. And so for right now, and this is just, the world according to Doug, there's some really loud voices on the left side and really loud voices on the right side, but the majority of people are in the middle. And just like you've done when you interview people, if you sit down with somebody and spend a little bit of time, I guarantee that you're going to find out that you have more similarities than differences.
What type of questions do you think make the most meaningful impact?
It gets down to emotions, okay? So because, you know, and a lot of it, you're going to think this is funny, but some of it's delivery and this, that, and the other, but a lot of it is finding out what is important to the other person, what has meaning. And sometimes you need to do a pre-interview, but a lot of the time it's like, for example, okay, when I did the interview with you, it was a series called Utah Caring Stories, because my opinion is that we need more positive stories out there.
We do.
And so I wanted to find people and what do they care about? So if you ask somebody, so that's a challenge I put to you for when you're interviewing some of your people, what do you care about? Because that gets them thinking.
It does.
Okay.
Now, my last and final question is,
Yes.
what do you like to do? Who's the man behind the hat?
What do I like to do? You know, the best thing in my life is my family. And I've been really blessed to be married to my college sweetheart for many, many years. We've got great kids, but I admit it, the favorite thing for me in my life is being a being a grandfather, hands down. So
That is awesome.
You did pretty good. How'd I do?
You did 100%. I
Okay,
mean,
cool.
like,
Okay. Well, then I'm going to ask you the final question of this interview. Rustico's the guy that makes my journals, okay? And mine has scars on it and everything because, you know, it was a piece of leather they weren't going to use. And I said, no, I want that. Well, I had them make you a journal, and it's nice and smooth. So there you go. There's your
you.
very own journal.
thank you.
And they have a hashtag that says, leave your mark. It can mean all kinds of different things. But to you, Mr. Chase Hansen, how do you want to leave your mark?
I want to leave my mark by being that kid who actually sees the problem and does something about it. I want to leave the mark by saying, hey, I solved a lot of problems, but the problem I didn't solve is, how do I make everybody happy? There's no clear answer to that. So I would say, how would I leave my mark? I would want to leave my mark by being a good friend, by being kind to others. That's how I want to leave my mark.
Well said, Chase.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for coming on Jessop's
Thank you.
Journal today. And there's some more people that we want to thank. Okay, the first one we got is that guy right here. Okay, go ahead, point. Okay, hey, Ed.
Hey, Ed.
Ed is the guy that makes me look good, you look good, and makes us sound good. He's the videographer. He's my partner. I've done hundreds of stories with him. He's awesome.
He is.
You know, the other people making me look good, Taylor Cooperative, you know. I noticed you got a custom suit. Looks good. Just saying. Okay. Okay. I am the guy that wears the hats, you know. JW Custom Hats, thank you very much. And then, of course, you know, we do have the hand sanitizer from Ogden's Distillery. You know you wash your hands, right?
I do.
But have you thought about washing your nose? Totally serious, okay? The folks at Clear,
Really good.
nasal spray. Very cool, okay? And
They
you
do.
can't have Jessop's Journal without a journal, right? So from Rustico. Here's the thing I want people to remember. That's you guys out there watching, you know, because you're really watching him. I'm just here, okay? Stories have power. They help us understand each other. With another entry into Jessop's Journal and Chase Hansen, I'm Doug Jessop, ABC4 News.